Hi everyone, welcome back to Swiss Home Garden. I'm Chitra. In this video, I will be taking you through our winter garden tour and update. Let's begin the tour. Beginning of winter, we had ordered a few plants which we could plant just at the nick of the time, just before the winter started. We decided to opt in for some fruits and berries. These were the last that we could plant, and after that this company which sells us regularly the bushes and seeds will not be sending any more till spring, because that's how they stock up on. And we decided to go in for some plums. This is the Mirabelle variety. It's known as Mirabelle in French, and in English it's just plain plums. We planted a couple of them because these are really very tasty, and if you have excess of plums, we can also make jams and other things. When we bought this house a few years back, there were a couple of plum trees, but they had uprooted it due to construction, and we didn't plant this again. So we wanted to plant a few varieties of them again. And this slope is where we decided to plant them, because this was the least productive area so far, so we just are planting a few of these here. The other berries which my husband had ordered were aronia berries. These are really called as superfoods, and they're pretty expensive in Switzerland, and we did get 1 or 2 bushes of them too, and we're planting them over on these slopes because there's really not much happening on the slope, and it is really a waste of garden real estate. Sometimes we also had some horses coming and chewing on all the grasses. They kind of helped us in cutting this overgrown grass. As you can see, it's actually extremely cold. This was sometime mid of November. I couldn't really upload this video or edit this because I was very busy with other things, and with Christmas on the way, there was really no time. I forgot about this, and now I have some time. I thought I will keep you updated on our garden. Here, my husband is just planting these plums. We were shooting this over a period of couple of weeks, because it's actually very cold and windy and we can't always be in the garden. I'm not much of a gardener. Another reason for choosing these special trees was also that they would be winter sturdy and they would survive the extreme cold, and after that we can plant spring trees and they will survive through the summer and start fruiting then. This is the reason why this company also sells the appropriate trees at the appropriate time for planting. Here he is picking up all the sage leaves to dry them in the basement, because these make excellent teas over the winter months, and you can use them for other things too, like you can add them into your pasta, frying it with a little bit of butter, and use them for soups. But what we did was, because we had so much of them, we decided to dry them, string them together and dry them in the cellar. And we have been making tea, and usually winter months we do tend to catch a sore throat and cold. Actually, I was recovering from it. During Christmas and New Year I was a little bit sick, but now I'm fine, and we do like to drink this sage teas. Moving across the stream, this tree here is the persimmon, or also known as khaki. We had a really great surprise. We initially thought there was just one of it, but as the leaves started to shed end of autumn, we found 4 of them, and we were waiting for all the leaves to be completely shed, and then only we harvested them. And these are a little bit thick-skinned varieties, and they were actually quite tasty. We were a little impatient in the beginning that we had to eat one which was astringent. And just behind the greenhouse, now you can get a good glimpse of our banana trees. And to prepare for the winter, we chopped all of them and then covered them up with sawdust. Initially, I thought that maybe we can make a prep with the banana stem, South Indian dish, and we just love to make this in India. My mother used to make that, and it has many health benefits, but unfortunately, this was not that variety of bananas. In the end, we just finished using up all the banana leaves. We had our lunch on banana leaves, breakfast on banana leaves, and it was so much of it that some of them did turn yellow and we had to compost them. We also kind of decorated the front door with a couple of these banana trees. Inside the greenhouse, you see there's not much happening. We cleared up all the dried up plants, and we did harvest a couple of vegetables in it, but not too much. We are just preparing for the spring slowly. In the meantime, it has been extremely cold and we didn't really work so much on it with all the Christmas festivities and everything. We will be continuing again in March. Here you see my husband cutting out these stems, trying to salvage them. And then I figured out that we cannot really use the stem. It is a lot of air in between, and it was not as dense and as wide as the one I was used to. This bush here is our sea buckthornberry bush. As you can see, we couldn't harvest all of the berries. We left for the birds. And I'm still actually waiting for the snow to capture a good picture of these berries, yellow and orangish berries with the snow on it. But so far, no snow. And this is how our garden looks like beginning of December. We had a lot of rain and the stream was really filled up with a lot of water. Sometime in summer, we planted some of these celeries. These are actually winter sturdy, and we decided to harvest all these celeries. And we also harvested some of the fennels, but I didn't shoot that clip. Here you see my husband harvesting all the celeries, and they keep for months on end really fresh. These don't sweat as much as the other vegetables, and they do fit very well into this Tupperware Fridge Smart. That's how I've been storing them, and I've been using these celery bulbs for soups and even as salads. Initially, I intended to use also these stalks and the leaves, but we were a little too late in harvesting that I could juice a few of it, but majority of it was turning yellow and there was not much flavor to it, and there was just too much of it to use for one small family. In the end, I composted those leaves and stalks. Now we are trying to prepare over here the soil and just pushing inside all the dried leaves and just turning the soil over, and that's what my husband is doing after harvesting the celery and other things. And we will start to fill in the mulch beds by February or March. It's actually quite frozen, the ground right now, and we will wait with it a little bit. We are collecting all the compost, and this year we plan to do this early enough so we can have a better harvest next year. And I hope we have a good summer next year. With this, I end my garden tour and video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for watching. If you like this video and content, please give this video a thumbs up. This helps with the YouTube algorithms to keep this channel afloat. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe. I post one new video every week on food from scratch, Swiss country living and gardening. Kindly hit that bell button to receive notifications for the latest videos I've uploaded. Until next time, bye-bye.